This is the school. It's right on the front line. Some 2,000 people lived in this village, and the church is destroyed. Nobody's here now. There's a huge firefight here.
And that building, my grandmother and grandfather lived there, and my father actually was born in that village. But some part of my relatives were died by Russian killers.
Terrible.
Right.
Well, it's horrific, really. I mean, this is happening in Europe. You know, people complacently thought we'd never have another war in Europe, and many nations stripped out all their armed forces. And what we're actually seeing here is people fighting for their lives, for their freedom to have their own nation and not to be imposed on by another's.
They've been brutally invaded by Putin. You don't understand the brutality of it until you see it. Whole blocks of flats, tens and tens and tens of blocks of flats just bombed. They weren't a strategic military target. They weren't anything except strategically bombed as homes. And if we take a minute to think about that, it's just so horrific.
We go to Odessa, Kiev. We also have an operation in Lviv, so we've got 6 vans operating all over Ukraine. We've served over 500,000 pizzas. We started on the border 9 months ago, and we're still here. And it's thanks to the amazing team of volunteers, Tom, Audrey, and Kevin, who are the mainstays, and Olya, and then all the volunteers that come and go, that keep this operation going, and the most serving these most remarkable people. And that's what they are. They're remarkable, and the lesson of resilience. So we have learned from these people.
I've come all the way from London with Judith Cummins over there, who's a lady colleague of mine. We've been working with the Trust for the last 2 days, trying to help not far from the front line, going to different villages, serving hot pizzas and other bits of food to people who have had a tough time. There are basically 6 pizza cookers here, and down here we can see stacks of boxes now of pizzas just unloaded. We've only been here 10 minutes and they're already cooking, so that shows you how fast it is. The queue's been waiting. It's a cold, snowy, very freezing, about -5 here today. Got to get a cup of tea, some hot chocolate. They can even have coffee. It gets them all jolly and happy, and even though they're freezing cold. The reason why Judith and I have come out is because we don't want anybody at home to forget. Whilst we all find it tough, this is life and death struggle. They're fighting for their freedom here, and you will see through the pictures of the bomb building, the destroyed blocks of flats where they were given no warning, just how brutal the Russian army has been to civilians in a way that it's very difficult to comprehend. These brave men here are volunteers. They were doing different jobs before. They're now soldiers, and they've lost many of their colleagues trying to defend the towns and cities. So it's a real privilege for us to be here, and they love the way that we in Britain have supported them. So this Christmas, let's not forget them. Have them in our prayers and also in our thoughts.